The high school football playoffs have arrived.
Everything you got, but then a little bit more each day.
It's time to throw out the records and just win.
You couldn't ask for a better ending, right?
Style points don't matter. Past meetings don't matter.
That's fun. That's fun.
Win by 30 or win by 1, they all count the same. The postseason kicks off.
How y'all feel? Damn good.
On the Friday Night Blitz.
This is Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Our recipe all year long, right, has been play as hard as you can play, do your job, and stay together. I'll tell you one more time, play as hard as you can play, do your job, and stay together. Okay, the rest will take care of itself.
Oh, it might be the playoffs, but for our local coaches, the game plan remains the same. Motivate these young football players to go out there and give it their all. Hello and welcome into the Friday Night Blitz at the wall that says it all, bracket style. And folks, we've got reporters all over the state covering games for our local teams. We're going to go over scenarios in round 2 matchups, assuming the games have finished. There's still a few going on as we speak, but let's go ahead and start it off with a rematch from just 1 week ago.
The Game of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
And we've got one side blue and one side red. We've re-racked last week's matchup between Creekside and Ponte Vedra. Winner moves on, loser is done. First quarter, Creekside down 7. Robbie Greco forces the fumble. Maddox Babin scoops up the loose ball and rumbles into the end zone. Ponte Vedra a quick 14-0 lead. They lost that one a week ago, looking for the revenge. Still in the first, and the Sharks still swimming. Brian Case finds his hole, takes it in 21-0 before the first quarter was over. Hold on, let's wait a second because Creekside could score the ball now. They got on the board thanks to 2 big runs by Harris and Garrido. Knights fighting, but they were still down 28-7. Sharks forced to punt. Creekside blocks it. Next play from scrimmage, Garrido bursting through the hole. Touchdown Knights, they're only down 14. Then the Sharks line up to punt midfield, but it is a fake. The up man, Drew Price, takes the direct snap, throws a short pass to Landon Okla, and how about that game-changing play? 53 yards to the crib. Sharks go up 35-14. More importantly, they stopped the Knights' momentum, and the Sharks would hold off a Knights rally late to win it 49-36. Here's Marcel Robinson with the victorious head coach, Steve Price.
All right, I'm here with victorious head coach Steve Price of the Ponte Vedra Sharks. Coach, you lost to these guys last week. It looked personal tonight. Tell me about what just happened.
Man, our guys came ready to play. We had a great week of practice. They stayed locked in the whole game. Creekside is a really, really good football team, and we're thrilled with the victory, and we're thrilled with one more week, baby.
You just talked about it, not to stick on last week, but just because of how everything happened last week, you knew that was a tough team. What was the message coming into you? I know it's personal. St. Johns County, you lost to them last week. You guys have lost 2 in a row. You know, how much of that led into what you guys were able to do tonight?
I don't know if it did or not. I mean, we stayed confident. Our kids stayed confident. We knew that we had a good football team. We just didn't get some breaks last couple weeks. Proud of them, and we live to play another week, man.
I mean, you got all the breaks today. You went up big to start the game, but then they started to fight back a little bit. You had to know that was coming. What did you tell the guys to stick with it and keep that, that scoreboard in your favor?
Their offense is powerful, man. They have. We've seen a lot of their games where they win 42-41 and that kind of stuff, and they're good, powerful football team, and we knew we had to play 48 minutes, and we did. We had to play 48 minutes.
All right, this game's in the books. On to the next week. Win and keep playing, right?
That's right. Survive and advance, right, baby?
That's right, baby. Awesome. That's the head coach, Steve Price, victorious Ponte Vedra Sharks. They're moving on.
I love that excitement right there, but here's the thing. Buchholz is going to be a tough out for everybody in the state this year. Bobcats won 59-0 in their opener Thursday over Mosley. They will host Ponte Vedra next week over in Gainesville. But you know what? Hey, you got to roll the ball out there and see who wins this thing. Should be exciting. Ponte Vedra at Buchholz. All right, first home playoff game for the Nice Panthers in nearly a decade. Facing a tough Niceville team, Panthers found themselves in a big hole early, but Bryce Frick in the offense get things moving. Long catch here and a run by Braden Fielder in the first quarter to finally cross midfield. Same drive. The Frick and Fielder connection comes up big again. puts the Panthers deep into Eagles territory. Same drive. Here's Frick up top to Maddox Spencer as a defender practically checking his blood pressure. Still hauls in the touchdown pass to get the Panthers on the board, but they would trail 21-7 due to some early miscues. The run ends for Nice 55-21 in the opening round. Let's head out to the Panhandle, shall we? Navar hosting Bartom Trail. Let's pick it up in the second quarter. Game tied at 14. Navar with the ball. Julian Porter doesn't care. Jumps the route, comes up with the pick, returns it all the way for 6, puts the Bears ahead 21-14. Fast forward, Riley Trujillo. He'll toss it down the sideline to DeAndre Caldwell, eludes 2 tacklers, and he gets in. 28-14, 28-28 at the half. At last check, 55-42, Bartom Trail leading. That's with 11 minutes to go in the fourth. Remember, this is in the Panhandle, so they started at 8:30. So we started the show off with a rematch, and we had tons of rematches when it comes to 2M Region 1. You got Jackson and Rains. We'll get to that one in just a second. But how about the one right below it? This one was played just 2 weeks ago. It was our game of the week, and it was a deceptively close game because Bulls beat Bishop Kenny by 34, but they only led by 6 at one point in the fourth quarter. Let's check out how it went tonight. The Bulldogs hosting the Crusaders. Second quarter, we pick it up. BK down 10-0. James Reeser under pressure, calls his own number, takes it up the sideline, and boom! Yeah, a little hit stick on his way into the end zone for the Iowa commit. 10-7 now. BK down 3. Still in the second, DJ Moore, good quarterback himself. He'll fund Naeem, the Dream, Burrows downfield. Bulls makes it another 10-point game. Third quarter we go. Bishop Kenny driving, put the ball here, picked off by J.D. Matson, and he's taking it the other way. That's a pick 6 for Bulls. Later in the third, Crusaders back with the ball, but it's batted down. C.J. Ennis recovers, and he's headed the other way. Another defensive score. Bulldogs, Bulldogs, Bulldogs. They punched their ticket to round 2. Final score there, 45-14. Here's Olivia Tasley.
Olivia Tasley here with head coach Matt Toblin after a show out here by the Bulls Bulldogs, 45-14 against Bishop Kenny. Instant reaction from the game, coach.
Just super proud of our guys. Obviously, last week, we ran into a buzzsaw down in Tampa and didn't play very well, but they answered. And I think that's the thing that we look for in our guys. Each week they're going to come out and give it their all and play for each other. And I think that was the big mantra. The seniors, play for the seniors, because we don't want this to be the last opportunity we get to play and practice together.
Legacy game coming up next. Rains wins against Andrew Jackson 45, I believe, to 2. Talk to me about the coming up game.
It's such a cool rivalry game, and that, it's not something that I had been a part of, but since coming here, the alumni, the players, the community, both sides, this has been such a big deal for so long. It means so much to so many people. It's a really cool game to play in, and we are excited. And they've got a great team, the #1 seed in the region, and so it's an awesome opportunity for us.
Last one for you, coach. 100th win. What's it mean to you after being in the playoffs, extend this season?
Nothing. The most important thing is that we won for these seniors, because I'll always have opportunities to play more, and no matter what happens, but to end this game and get to say after we get the break, see you on Monday, because we get to practice again. That's the most important thing.
Perfect. Thank you so much, coach. Enjoy the win. Olivia Tasley here after a massive show out with these Bulldogs, 45-14 against Bishop Kenny. Guys, let's send it back to you.
All right, but what awaits them is perhaps a trip to the graveyard. Tonight, the Rains Vikings hosting Andrew Jackson in the regional quarterfinals. Rains wins. They'll host Bulls in the next round. First quarter, Vikings up 7-0. QB Tyron Randolph airing it out down the field to Davian Lucas. Stays on his feet and gets in the end zone. It's 13-0 Rains. Later in the first, Andrew Jackson looking to respond, but it's an interception. Mikkel Reddick gets the pick. And a nice little return there. They set up the Vikings in good field position. Second quarter now, Rains actually backed up deep in Jackson territory. Randolph scrambles, but taken down by Victor Moody for the safety. Tigers get on the board with 2 points. That was it, though. This game all about Ichiban #1. They take it 42-2 and will be home again next week, as mentioned, against Bulls. Riverside, the Generals playing host to the Eagles of Episcopal, and the home team gets it going early after a blocked punt. Glenn Foreman the third, dropping a dime to Tayshawn Gelsey, puts 7 on the scoreboard. Next Generals drive, Foreman again, this time to Miles Kendrick. Oh, what a ball. That's a beauty right there, and he'll take it in. 14-0 is the lead. for Riverside. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Generals moving, so Sherman Davis splits the defense, takes it 40 yards to the house, made it 21-0. You get the idea. They would cruise. 49-7 is your final score as Riverside is into the next round. And as that number 2 seed, they will host. Not every local team, though, had a short drive across town for the opening round. Let's bring in Brent Martino now. He's down in Orlando, where a trio of schools made the trek to Central Florida.
We're all over the place on this Friday night high school football playoffs from Jacksonville to here in the Orlando area. Triple hopper for me, and it begins at Edgewater High School. The First Coast Bucks district champs trying to pull an upset over the top seed. The next stop I'll make will be Ed White at Bishop Moore, and then I'll land at Mandarin against Winter Park. All right, Stuart, you're going to do the highlights. I'm going to make the trip. Let's start with this one here at Edgewater High School.
Thank you, Brent. Marty Lee and the Bucks looking to pull an upset. It would be a tall task against the top-seeded Edgewater squad. Bucks get the ball first, putting together a nice drive. Rodney Tisdale scampers to get things rolling, but the drive would eventually stall out. First Coast defense making a play. Sayaka King comes up with the stick and the stop. However, First Coast could only hold Edgewater down for so long. Final score goes in favor of the home Eagles. They win at 37-6. First Coast season comes to an end. They will remember that district championship big win in overtime over Fletcher. Hey, maybe the shortest drive you could possibly imagine. Think Rains-Ribault, but even closer. Edgewater to Bishop Moore down there in Orlando. They're literally right across the road from each other. The Hornets hosting Ed White in a Jacksonville-dominated region. Remember, the winner of this plays at Riverside next. Bishop Moore, they got college-like facilities, and, well, they would lead big early, 21-0. Commanders defense trying to hang in there. Big stuff by everyone in yellow on that run play. Then more defense. Joshua Macklin sniffing out the play, but Bishop Moore would lead at 28-0 in this game, and twice Ed White would score to make it a 2-score contest, but however, in the end, this one goes the way of the Hornets, 42-22. Ed White, a lot of young talent, so they will certainly be back. Not all of Orlando is that easy to navigate. Let's just hope Brent's truck has 4-wheel drive, because we're taking him the scenic route. Watch out for that lake. There he goes, right there. Final stop, and it's a talented Mandarin team taking on an undefeated Winter Park squad. Here's a direct snap to Tiant Weich, and Tiant Weich does what he's been doing all season long, and that is scoring touchdowns. That's another one, first one of the game, and makes it 6-0 in favor of the Mustangs. How about the quarterback, Tramell Jones? We know this guy's got a cannon of an arm. Well, look at this. He also has the legs to keep plays going and take it into the end zone. Big play there for the FSU commit. This Mandarin team, they are extremely talented. You got random players throwing passes on 2-point conversions. Just fantastic stuff from the Mustangs. We knew that they had all this talent coming into this season. We haven't even mentioned Jamie French, by the way. That's him out there leading a block number 2 as Summerall takes it in for the touchdown. Jamie French is Alabama commit. We didn't even get him in the highlights. That's how much talent that this Mandarin team has as they get a big win. 29-16, the Mandarin Mustangs are moving on as they pick up a big win on the road. Let's go ahead and hear from Brent Martino with the Mustangs.
Mandarin comes down to Orlando, Winter Park to be specific, and they get a nice win, 29-16. And number 41 was all over the place, almost had a blocked punt touchdown as well. Penalty negated that one, but Sean Hall, heck of a win, right, on the road, week 1 in the books.
Yes, sir. I just feel like overall we played a terrific game, honestly. Offense and defense, we all put together, and I just had to go out there and do my thing. As a part of the seniors, I had to step up, and I feel like so did the rest of our team, because they felt the love that was within our brotherhood. So
there's a lot of talk about this offense. You guys have a ton of firepower, but this defense has some studs as well, don't they?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. People don't know our defense is like, it's really them until they play us. We fly around the ball, we run to every ball. We do what our coaches have coached us to do, and we execute.
Lake Mary up next, obviously a team you played earlier, and they snuck by with a win as well on this Friday night. What do you expect in that matchup?
I expect us to take the anger we got from last game and go handle business.
Sean Hall, heck of a win. Mandarin gets it done here in Winter Park, and that's step 1, but they want many more on the road to a state championship. For now, Winter Park, I'm Brent Martino, Action Sports Jacks.
Thank you, Brent. Let's head to Tampa, shall we? The Fletcher Senators out there, and Marcellus Tate running the ball in for a touchdown, but this was a tough sledding for a Senators team that has been very good this year. Tampa Bay Tech, just too much firepower. They run one in for a touchdown. This game wrapping up in the fourth quarter as we speak. Latest check, the score 51-27 in favor of the home team, Tampa Bay Tech over Fletcher. Hey, more to come here on the Blitz. We are far from finished tonight, including a great rivalry game. Baldwin and Baker County meeting again. They split the series last year. Could the Indians pull an upset? That is coming up next. And let's say hey to Colin Hurley out in Texas earlier this week as a representative of the U.S. Army All-American Bowl. More on Hurley and his Trinity Christian Conquerors in a bit.
We are the Hellier Flashes, and this is the Friday Night Blitz.
This is Action Sports Jacks Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
All right, let's take a look at some of our Georgia scores from north of the border. You see the Glen Terrors upset at home, 32-31. They fall. Ware County is moving on. The defending state champs with an easy 49-0 victory. Brunswick actually trailed on the road big. They have fought back and now are up by 4 in the fourth quarter. We will update that final score for you coming up on the 11:15 edition of the Blitz. You saw Charlton County lost. Camden County plays on Saturday, so that game's still to come for the Wildcats. All right, let's come back to Northeast Florida, shall we, and take a trip to beautiful Yulee, Florida, home of the Hornets, and a great place to watch some football on a Friday night.
That football team deserves to be here. So do you. Go show them why you're the damn Yulee Hornets. Let's go get after it tonight, boys. Let's go!
All right, Keystone Heights making that drive from southern Clay County all the way up to meet the Hornets. Coach Kyle Doherty said, if we win the toss, we're taking the ball first. That's what they did. Teontae Artis-Croxton finishes off the opening drive in the end zone. Got to give props to the defense. They were giving the Indians fits early on. Jasir Richardson, he's on the sideline, and he picks off that pass. That would set up Nico Smith in the offense. Nico won a state title a year ago with Ware County. Here he's rolling to his right, finding Ryland Hale, who's a great defender. Hey, he can play a little offense too. He scores a touchdown, all Hornets. They earn another home win with the 36-10 win, home game rather. They will host. Will it be Baldwin or Baker County coming to Nassau County? Let's find out right now, shall we? That's what we do on this show. We transition right into the next game. We start in the second quarter. Wildcats already up 10-0. Quarterback Hudson Register keeps it. Up the middle he goes, gets a couple blockers, and he's going to maneuver his way 93 yards for the touchdown to improve the lead to 17. So it looks like Baker County's in control, right? Well, very next drive, Baldwin would answer with a long touchdown run of their own. It's Fareed Coleman. He gets to the near side, and he turns on the burners. A little stiff arm there, and that's a 67-yard score. Keeps his feet at the end as well. After a quick 3-and-out, Baldwin makes it even more interesting. Right before the half, quarterback Steven Cruz going deep. He'll find Christian Green for another score, 17-14 at the half. So we got a game, right? Opening drive of the second half. Baldwin with the ball, but watch out. There's Case Foster, linebacker with the pick. One-handed tips it to himself. Nice job there. Interception for the Wildcats, and Baker County punched it in a few plays later with Benny Lewis. Second touchdown of the game. That's all they would need right there. Baker County wins 38-21. Here's Jason Hamby with Coach Kevin Mays.
All right, Baker County gets a 38-20 win over the Baldwin Indians. I'm here with head coach Kevin Mays. Coach, you played this team the first month of the year, beat them 12-7. You beat them here again. How big is it to get that first win of the playoffs?
Oh, it's obviously great. I mean, that's your goal, is to first get into the playoffs. Then see what happens. It's a one-game season, one week at a time, and I'm happy to win. It's a good team, and we've played them 4 times in almost the last two seasons. So they're a good team. It's always a tough game, and I give Coach a lot of credit over there. But really proud of my guys for being 1-0 this week and moving on.
You were up 17-0 in the second quarter, and then they scored 2 quick touchdowns. They also get a turnover really at the last tail end of the half there. What was the message at halftime to kind of get you guys back ready to go?
I told them we played a really good quarter and a half, and coaches, me included, and them just kind of fell asleep the last 6 minutes and let them back in the game. And I was happy the way they came out and responded, to start the second half.
Now you move on to play Yulee in the semi. How excited are we for that one?
We've played them 4 times too. We played them in the playoffs last year, and we know each other. I mean, it makes it easy for game planning because you know what they're going to do and they know what we're going to do. But we're excited to be playing. We'll get on the bus and head northeast, I guess, next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's all from Baker County. I'm Jason Hamby for Action Sports Jacks. Stuart will send things back to you.
Let's stay in that region. 10-0 Bradford. All right, make it 11-0 Bradford. They just dominated Atlantic right from the start. Dejan Shanks rolling out. He'll find Elijah Kellum over the middle, goes around the entire defense, and walks his way into the end zone for the touchdown. 35-0 at the half, 42-0 at the final whistle. Tornadoes keep on spinning. They will host Eastside out of Gainesville in the next round, while Baker County heads to Yulee. That is going to be a lot of fun next week. All right, let's start the focus on 3S Region 1, shall we? Middleburg making the trek to St. Augustine. Jackets would waste no time to give these fans something to cheer about. How about it? First play of the game. Little flip pass forward to Trenton Jones, and there he goes. Length of the field, that is a touchdown for the home team, Yellow Jackets. This St. Augustine team is absolutely loaded with playmakers. How about Devontae Lyons? They named a bridge after him in downtown St. Augustine. He sheds a tackler, takes it all the way. There he goes. And as if that was not enough from number 6, how about the Jackets? They would be backed up on their own 6-yard line, no problem. Sprinter speed right up the middle. All Jackets, Lions again, long one, 52-14. Columbia, the Tigers on the other side of that region bracket, making the drive out west to Choctaw Hatchie, down 7-0 when Zamarian Jones looks to throw, tucks, runs instead, and that's a 44-yard touchdown to tie the game up. However, Columbia's run would end in the Panhandle. They fall 37-14. We have 3 more local teams getting started next week. Class 1M starts a week late. It'll be UC taking on Trinity, Providence heading down to Orlando to face OCP.
The Player of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
The season's over for Beachside. Barracudas finished 9-1, playing their independent schedule in year 2. Nice way to end the year for Cohen Beebe, voted in as Player of the Week. The Cudas wide out, scoring 3 first-half touchdowns in the finale. We'll be right back on the Blitz.
We're the Ed White Commanders, and you're watching the Friday Night Blitz.
This is Action Sports Jacks Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
All right, we got one more game in for the late show. Union County hosting Hilliard. Tigers setting the tone. Drew Simmons gets the carry. He takes it to the outside, and it's a big first down for Union County. They would punch it in with Simmons right after that. Big win for Union County. They get the victory 58-8 over Hilliard. How about our play of the week? We said it was a big one. And here it is. Price to Okla, fake punt, made it 35-14, killed momentum for Creekside, gave Ponte Vedra the big win. All right, let's get you a quick bracket update. Mandarin on the road next week. We're done in 3M. In 2M, Bulls at Rains. Bullshit Moore comes to Riverside. We add 1M next week as well. Trinity hosts UC, Providence on the road. Ponte Vedra will have to go to Buchholz in Gainesville next week. That'll be tough sledding, but we'll see what happens. At last check, Bartom Trail up by 6 with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, way out in the Panhandle. If they win, they got to go to Niceville, also in the Panhandle. How about 3S? St. Augustine gets a win. They'll be at home again next week. Columbia eliminated. 2S Region 2, some good local matchups there. Eastside from Gainesville comes to Bradford. Baker County goes to Yulee. And finally, in 1R, you've got Hilliard losing to Union County. So the Fighting Tigers head to Fort White in Columbia County next week in 1R. There you go. There's your bracket update. By the way, in Georgia, Brunswick with a win, Ware County with a win. Camden plays on Saturday. All right, that's going to do it for the Blitz. Let's leave you with our band of the week, the Riverside Generals. Thank you so much. We'll do another 30-minute show next week, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We'll see you then.
Action Sports Jacks Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.